Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with another Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking to you about the brand new EP from the band Inhumed, entitled Feasted Upon, like Carrion, out now through the band themselves. And if you're not familiar with Inhumed, they are a death metal band out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Been around since 2016, featuring Blair Garraway on the drums, Ian Garraway on guitars and backing vocals, Liam Nicholson handling guitars, Nick Campbell on bass, and finally Mike Mason on lead vocals. This is the band's first EP overall, though they did have a previous full-length album that came out in 2018 entitled Volume 1. This EP is 5 tracks, just a little under 22 minutes in length. And honestly, before getting this promo, I was not familiar with this band at all, but the artwork really caught my eye, and I could not wait to check this out. And after spending some time with this EP, both at work and here at home, I have definitely become a fan of this band. Lead off track, The Ascent, kind of kicks things off with this really creepy intro of like these haunting synths and piano keys. They sound like they're straight from a horror film. And then about a minute and 2 seconds into the song, the drums kick in and the synths start to build and get a little bit more epic. And then finally the guitars join in at about a minute and 17 seconds to finish the song off all the way through to the end. The guitars themselves have a nice heavy tone to them. And the guitar work overall, I thought was pretty solid. Lots of mid to fast-paced riffs with some chuggy sections here and there, and a few pinch harmonics thrown in at times as well. When you get into track number 3, A Defiance of Faith, at about a minute and 56 seconds in, there's a very black metal-ish sounding riff that comes in here. And then even the follow-up track, track 4, Vengeance on a God King, has a few black metal riffs to be found here and there throughout that song, I found. I really loved the bass on this EP with its thick tone, with just a little bit of a techie, almost Alex Webster-ish feel to it. It's very easily heard right up in the mix, yet not overpowering on any of the other instruments. Now, overall, I thought the drum production on here was pretty solid. It had a good snap to the snare. And, you know, the thing is, though, the kicks, while I liked them, something just felt a little bit off to me. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I don't want to say that they're clicky or anything, because I'm not thinking, you know, it doesn't sound anything like, you know, Christian's Ageless Venomous, which sounds like a, you know, demented typewriter. But, you know, I don't know, something just sounded just a little bit off to me, and I don't know if maybe it was just the way it was, you know, the bass and the kick drums were kind of interplaying. I don't know. But it's not too bad, and it's not really distracting or anything, as I really did enjoy his performance and the sound that he got overall. As I said, he does some really nice patterns, rolls, and fills, and really nice blast beats as well. Vocally, you get a really powerful mid-range growl that's very intelligible, and in fact kind of brought to mind Jesse from local death stalwarts, Cadaverous. He kind of reminded me of him just a little bit. And at times you get these like deeper growls as well, and I love how they layer them at times throughout this EP. Some of the other things that I picked out, track number 2, Fed to the Skies. I love that kind of deathish, you know, death-like groove that they settle into at about a minute and 35 seconds into the song. And then the ending of that song with the sound of the vultures screeching and fighting over, you know, a carcass just is very unsettling when you think about what's going on. Then you get into track number 4, Vengeance on a God King, going back to that song. I really loved the piano that came in at about 4 minutes and 6 seconds in, with this sort of, you know, choir-esque style vocals joining in. I think what sounds like maybe just a little hint of violin. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I was thinking I was hearing, and I've listened to this many times now. But I just love how all of that kind of came together. It sounded really cool to me. Overall, I really dug this EP, and going into it without any kind of preconceived notion or expectations, I was definitely left as a fan of this band. Everything was just really well executed by everybody involved here, and I really want to reiterate that the drums are done well, and I really did enjoy them, despite a comment earlier about the kick drums, as it's just kind of a little minor thing I noticed. And again, it could have just been me and just the way they were interacting with the bass tone. I don't know, but this is definitely a band to watch, and I really want to track down their debut album. If I can find a copy somewhere, because that was independently released as well, and it is not on their Bandcamp or anything. So Hopefully one of these days I can track that down. But yeah, I would give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Go check out Inhumed. I will leave a link down below to their Bandcamp so you can check this out for yourself. Pick up a copy. They do have CDs and tapes available. That is about the only merch that I saw on there. So yeah, go check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.